Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Hit the like button. Sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit the notifications to get all of my content, all of my videos. LDBC, basketball and boxing community. Salute to y'all. We are talking hoops and talking a little bit of politics. Brown sugar, 10 toes down, always. See you in here, gorgeous. Hope you're doing good. And salute to everybody else. Ted is up in here. I see you in here, bro. 10 toes down, holding it down. Shout out to the whole Ohio, Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, Akron. Toledo. All of them. Alright. Now, I don't think you was in here last night, Ted, but last night we were having several discussions. Now, we know who's in the finals now. Okay, Dallas. Gotta give. I know what Ted wants to hear. He wants to hear, he was right. You know what I'm saying? And he called it. He called it from the beginning. Like I said, I wouldn't have never counted Dallas in the being in the finals or going this far with all of the problems that they were experiencing. But it goes to show you that when you will and deal, and when you go through the grind, when you go through the trials and tribulations, success can come. It happened in Denver. We got to remember, that Denver struggled. Jokic struggled a lot before he ultimately got to a finals. And I Jokic because we have Cedar Point. Okay, now we got a duo matchup, okay? And this is gonna be pretty exciting. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm anxious to see what happens. Now, let's go back to the regular season. We all know that Dallas was 0-2 against these guys. Boston played a pretty damn good game. Pretty much destroyed them both. Destroyed them in both games. Especially, I like to count the first game as they put the clamps on. Kyrie and Luka versus Brown and Tatum. Tatum and Brown, they pretty much know how Kyrie plays, but the question is are they going to be able to stop him and stop what he does? And it's the same thing for Brown. Now, the second game that Luka came, he came with vengeance. He still had he had a triple-double in both games, but he shot poorly. He shot poorly in the first game. But in the second game, he was red hot. 50% from field goal range, 38% from three-pointer. In comparison to the first game, he shot 40% and from FG from field goal, and uh, and then from three-pointers he only shot 25%. That's a big difference, and that also shows you that Luka, it tells you a couple things about Luka. Luka, he's able to bounce back after a poor game, and he also heats up because that game came later on in the season. What's up with it, Mike? I see you in the building. Shout out to the whole DMV. I heard Taraji P. Henson, she was supposed to be speaking, going back to the DMV, because you know where she's from, and she was supposed to be speaking on mental health or whatever. So, shout out to Taraji P. Henson. That's one of the reasons why I posted her photo on my community wall. But shout out to the whole Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out to Washington, D.C., Chocolate City, all that. But anyways, getting back to what I was talking about. You said I'm actually excited about both teams winning. Yeah, you know, that's a weird feeling too. Brown sugar, you know, that's a weird feeling because I feel feeling it's like, damn, I'm torn. I want Brown to win a championship. I would like to see Tatum get one too to get the monkeys off their back. But then again, you got Kyrie, all the stuff that he done went through, and then you got Luka, who I want people to know. I have advocated for Luka. I just said Luka needed to get better on defense. I never called Luka trash. I just didn't like his style of play, him dribbling the air out of the ball. But he's starting to understand that. He's starting to understand the concept now. Team and help defense and individual defense, and also you don't have to sit up there and put up 40, 50 points and all that other stuff and then be gassed in the fourth quarter or gassed at the end of the season. Now you have a guy that can get in his bag and do whatever's necessary to help you out. Kyrie, Kid, Cuban can all get revenge on NBA media and Boston. Yep, they can. And we all know that, Mark Cuban has been heavily criticized. He's gotten criticized for him bringing in international players. He's gotten criticized for his outspokenness. He's gotten criticized for his management style, which there is nothing wrong with it, because if you look at the way that, and I want to compare him to this guy. If you compare him to Pete Carroll, I know Pete Carroll, he's a head coach, but Pete Carroll lets his players be themselves. And that's the same thing with Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban, as the owner, he lets the guys be themselves. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't try to, this guy, man, he doesn't act like he's above anybody. He wants to help people out. He gives people opportunity. Hell, he tried to give Delonte West, listen, he was willing to help Delonte West, but nobody talks about that. He gives people opportunity. You know what I'm saying? He lets people come back to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody looks at like the Lakers and the Golden States and some of these places, even Boston at one point in time, where Miami was like that at one point. Hell, Dallas was like that. Now Dallas only had one goddamn ring, but people used to go there as a stop to say, okay, hey, look, hey Cuban, I need I need to get on the roster or whatever. And Cuban would try to make it happen. What's up with it, Stephen Green? I see you in the building, man. Salute, fam. Damn, man, Stephen Green be sounding angry, man. He like, you happy, brown sugar. like he mad that the Celtics made it. Like he didn't want the Celtics to make it at all. Like, and I know he's a Sixers fan, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. Kyrie and Luka versus Brown and Tatum. Can't miss it. Okay, so who do y'all got? Let's get down to the get down. Who do y'all got winning? I can't even lie. My whole bracket has been messed up. Who do y'all got winning? Yesterday I heard Mavs in 7. I got one Mavs in 6. I haven't heard no Bostons. Okay, you taking Dallas over Boston. Where's True the King at? I gotta hear what True the King got to say about this. I'm wondering how he's looking at this game, and I'm wondering how he's gonna break everything down. Shout out to True the King too, man. Go sub to his channel. Probably gonna be going live. Probably gonna be breaking down the game and everything. So I'm definitely I'm gonna do my best to pull up on him. And the rest of the guys that be over there, man. Austin, what's up with it, man? So you got the Mavs in 4. Austin, where are you from, man? Are you from Austin? Are you from Austin, Texas? See, y'all ain't got no excuse now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could go ahead and come on down here now, you know what I mean? Brown Sugar, you said going to win this just because. Oh, you from Tampa? Woo! Yeah, Tampa Bay is my squad too. Tampa, Florida. Shout out to everybody in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jacksonville. Shout out to South Beach, Miami. Shout out to Dade County. You know what I'm saying? That little Haiti, man. Shout out to Tallahassee. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Florida. Shout out to Luke. You know, them 69 boy, you know what I'm saying? True Live Crew, you know what I'm saying? The U, you know what I'm saying? Florida State. It go down in Florida, man. Don't get it twisted. New Smyrna Beach. Don't get it twisted, Austin, man. I done been to Florida, man. Shit, man, it's tropical than a motherfucker, man. That weather feels so good. Cali and Florida weather got the best weather, man. That's somewhere you want to die at. You know what I'm saying? Except for the hurricanes and shit. But I ain't never experienced no hurricanes over there. Yeah, Jacksonville go hard, man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, they roads ain't like Texas. You know what I'm saying? They roads just be straight away. It's like they got a straight away. That's it. Straight. I'm speaking like Miami and stuff like that. It's just straight away. See a whole bunch of palm trees, all that other stuff. Over here in Texas, you got all them twists, turns, all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I remember being on that Florida Turnpike though. You said I'm a Bucks fan. Brady got us a ring. Yeah, he did. I mean, don't forget about the other ring either. We coming close to football season, man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows I'm a Bucks fan. man, Ted laughed at me last night or yesterday when I said the Chicago Bears are going to be filming Hard Knocks. Y'all, everybody sitting up there laughing at me. Oh, that's why you laughed. Okay, all right. Man, you should have just said that, big dog. I know you know the game of football, but I'm thinking to myself, why you fool driving out of control, man? Okay, that's why. What is this dude doing? Okay, so you a Packers fan. All right. Now, I know that the Chicago Bears, man, they drafted well though, Chad. Now, I'm not taking that. The Packers are a threat, okay? I can't even front. Now, I didn't like the fact that Aaron Jones had left, but he went to a rival. He went to Minnesota, so we're gonna see how that plays out. But Jordan Love is going to come in. He's going to be much better. I'm a fan of Jordan Love. And the Packers, they still pretty much for the most part they kept they core or whatever. They're going to beat Chicago. I mean, Caleb Williams, he might. I got to see how Caleb Williams adapts to the Chicago, because you got to think about it. This guy has played in hot weather. He's been in hot weather for the most part. He's been an Oklahoma Sooner, and he's played in Southern Cal. So we got that. The biggest thing they address the areas of weakness. They got a top level receiver, and on top of that, they got an offensive tackle. Yeah, Josh Jacobs, man. Listen, bro, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, Brian, Ted, Stephen Green. I know we in the finals. I know this is basketball, but y'all know my channel. Y'all know I love football too. I cannot wait for this season. It is going to be a lot of parity going on this season or whatever. I don't see the Kansas City Chiefs getting it that easy, but who knows? Mahomes is great. Mahomes, he's GOAT status, whether you like it or not. Mahomes plays like shit during the regular season. But that light-skinned motherfucker, man, he come out of nowhere. That light bright ass nigga comes out of nowhere, man. And when it gets down to the get down, he come out of nowhere in the playoffs. Hey, but you know that's a good pick. You know what? And that's the thing, Stephen. Listen, remember they were laughing at all these teams. They were laughing at Detroit at one point. They were laughing at the Houston Texans. They were laughing at teams like that. Now you can't laugh at those teams anymore. You got to take them teams serious. Because I had always said, watch Detroit in the next few years. They were laughing at them, and then it was the year before last. They had a solid a solid season and everything. Even though they missed the playoffs, they put whatchamadick out. But they didn't end up making the playoffs. But you saw potential in them, especially in their secondary. My team Dallas is go to toe. We gotta Dak deserves his money. He deserves his goddamn money. Am I right, Brown Sugar? He deserves his goddamn money. Give him his goddamn money. Yeah. Shout out to Will Sports Topics. Shout out to Brown Sugar. She's a Cowboys fan. I'm trying to think of who else is a Cowboys fan. I know Stephen Green is. But shout out to y'all. Now listen. Listen. None of this fell on Dak. Okay? None of this fell on Dak. The guy that was sitting front row at the Dallas Mavericks game with Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, he was hurt. You lost an all-pro cornerback. Okay? An all-pro. You know what I'm saying? You lost the all-pro quarterback. On top of that, your offensive line stayed hurt. I think at one point y'all had like three top-level offensive linemen that were blocking for Dak that couldn't stay healthy. Oh, it's Dak's fault. Let's go ahead and keep going. Van Der Ish. You know why he retired? He couldn't stay healthy. And then on top of that, you had Micah Parsons pretty much doing all of the work, but then y'all want to blame Micah Parsons for everything, saying, oh, he's not doing as good. He need to stop focusing on his podcast. No, Micah Parsons was all over the field. But what can you do if you have your top level corner out? Then on top of that, to make matters worse, your running game. Pollard was nothing. He was a shell of himself because of the injury. But before that, Pollard had went ahead and he took over. And you couldn't rely on him. Then on top of that, you had a chance. You had Derrick Henry on the table. You had him on the table. You could have went ahead and got him. Signed Dak. Okay, damn, now you cooking with that grease. You cooking with that pecan oil. Because guess what? You got CeeDee Lamb there. He had a dynamic year. CeeDee Lamb balled out. Then you got Coach McCarthy, who could have did a better job, you know what I'm saying? But he did better than he did last year, especially with his play calling. And when it came to third down, like that third down, his play calling on the third down, that was his kryptonite right there. You know what, Ted? Somebody else said the same thing. Somebody else said that Trey Lance trade was dumb. And now that I think about it, it's like, okay, what are you, okay, why would you put Trey Lance? Trey Lance actually should be starting somewhere. Why would you put him? That's a good point that you made. Why would you sit there and you put him with Dak, who is pretty much still in it, at his peak powers? You know what I'm saying? Still really successful. Why would you sit there and bring Trey Lance in, a guy who can start? You need to get him acclimated now. That's why you could put him you could put him somewhere. I'm trying to think of some teams that would be possibly a good fit. Man, you could have bought him over there to like Denver or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You could have bought him over there to like Seattle or something. Since with Geno, the Geno situation, and I like Geno, but he just, I think he's I think he's peaked. You know what I'm saying? He's only gonna get as good as he's gonna get. I mean, no, for real though, Brown Sugar. They're not. He's not playing though. He's not playing. Um, like he's like Brown Sugar. Have you seen Trey Lance play? Like Trey Lance. He's that guy. This ain't no ordinary dude. Nah, this guy can ball. And what I'm saying is why would you have him just sitting there on the sideline? You could have him somewhere else. Hell, I'm not lying, man. Bring him over to Tampa. Shoot. New York Jet Trayvon Love a good fit. Yeah, he is. I think the Jets got something brewing, but I still don't trust them though. They gonna do the same thing, probably the same thing that they did. Cause Aaron Rodgers is still there. You said Tampa or the Vikings? Yeah, well, I don't know about the Vikings, but he need to be somewhere and he need to be starting. But yeah, I'll take Trey Lance in a heartbeat. And I told Matt Moses that a while back because he likes Trey Lance when he was with the 49ers. Um, all right, man. Let's get down to the get down, right? Let's get down to the nitty gritty, right? Um, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, man. Now we know that Donald Trump, he's been found guilty, 34 counts of fraud. And I laugh at that because really, he what he did is what a lot of guys is doing now, except they just ain't uh, really been caught doing it or haven't been exposed, I should say, for getting a prostitute. Prostitution is going on rampant. Pretty much. Prostitution is going on rampant when you talk about IG. IG model. I mean, that's pretty much what you do. You fly, you fly a girl out there. You know what I'm saying, and you do what you need to do or whatever, and then that's it. Some of these guys, you know what I'm saying. Some of these guys don't even do anything with the IG models or whatever. You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying putting that in Trump thing or whatever, but um, the the Democrats, you know what I'm saying. They of course they were gonna play dirty. Um, and with Trump going to jail, the way that the country is already going right now, because you got to think that there's a lot of this country is being from the, I should say, infiltration. Let's just call it like that. There's a lot of infiltration going on in terms of destruction happening from the inside going out. You know what I'm saying? So it's happening within the White House, and it's just starting to spread. So we already knew that the middle class was going to be pretty much wiped out. Okay, that's what's happening right now. Okay, the middle class. There is no middle class, and it's becoming that way. And the reason why I mention that is that everybody is broke. Okay. Meanwhile, what do you have rising? You have shootings everywhere, especially when it comes to the destruction of our people. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they were just talking about not only the destruction of us killing each other, you know what I'm saying, but also you got to talk about diseases that's going on too. HIV is running rapid, but they want to dummy down HIV like it's oh well, all you do is get your medicine, take your medicine. It's like the common cold. Oh, so that's what we've come to now. You get HIV, it's a common cold or something, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? So now in our community, in terms of in terms of blacks, you know what I'm saying? We're number one. Our people are suffering from that, especially in a place like Memphis, Tennessee, which was reported yesterday that it was like shout out to Cypress. He had put everybody on this. 30 high school kids. Now y'all like, well, what does that have to do with Trump and everything like that? Um, let me let me say it like this, right? Everybody was screaming to get rid of the demon when they were talking about Trump, right? Ready to get rid of him, all this other stuff. But you got even a bigger demon in Biden coming in here. You know what I'm saying? Imposing this and imposing that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing has gotten better. Shit is getting closed down. You know what I'm saying? AI is taking over. People are losing their jobs. To make matters worse or whatever. And this is no knock against immigrants. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything against them. All right. I don't have anything against them. What I do have a problem with is if you're gonna sit up there and you playing hardball. You have immigrants here. Yes, they're gonna the vast majority of them, especially when you come here to Texas, Texas culture. A lot of these guys, man, just want to come here. They want to work. You know what I'm saying? They'll outwork the average American citizen or whatever. They want to go home, drink their little beer, smoke their little weed, fuck whoever they gonna fuck. You know what I'm saying? And go to sleep and do the same shit the next day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You have, a couple people up in here that's trying to cause terror or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? The average American job, they're gonna want to hire them before they hire us. You know why? Because we'll be like, well, I ain't gonna work for this. I ain't gonna work for that. Well, you could be smart and have an entrepreneurial mindset like a Brown Sugar. Have an entrepreneurial mindset and take ownership. And that's why you had a guy like Ice Cube who was advocating for Trump, because what is Ice Cube been saying for years? He's been preaching ownership. Nobody wants to try to own anything. What do you think Trump was trying to do? He's business minded. Now he sucks as a politician. You know what I'm saying? But he was trying to actually benefit people. Biden is no better or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And don't come to me on my channel saying anything about this. Oh, well, he's racist and all this other. No, he cares about the color green, just like a lot of you motherfuckers do or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no problem going to the Asian people and they selling our products and stuff like that, but you giving them their money. But you don't know. Some of them might be like, sitting back, smoking their cigars or something like that, laughing or whatever, because, they're spending our money. No, you know what I'm saying? So you got to realize what you're saying. I've been a Republican all my life. They planning, you say we'll have an independent president one day. Probably. And that's a fact, Brown Sugar. If people look at all the laws and not being to get with, they'll never vote a Democrat. Well, I used to look at it that way, Brown Sugar, when I was when I was younger, and until I really started to really understand what politics was. I'm not going to disclose what I vote or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Out of respect for everybody here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this: there's no difference between any of them. You know what I'm saying? But it was suited. It was suited, and we know this. The Republican Party was if you were if you like how Brown Sugar Ted and Stephen Green, if you are like us, okay, it it was originally suited for us. You know what I'm saying? But we already know Judge Mathis has said at one point that politics is a snake. It's nothing but snakes. Just like, the majority of these jobs here, you know what I'm saying? The only difference is, you know what I'm saying, they try to act professional and all that other stuff or whatever, but it's a snake pit anywhere you go. But you have an opportunity to create an actual great place or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do look at a guy like, these shows or whatever, they put you on game. Okay, Shark Tank, when it came to Trump and when it came to Mark Cuban, they were putting your ass on game. What do you think Mark Cuban is doing? You think he's just wasting his breath, telling you to get your LLCs and stuff like that and get your sole proprietorship? They're telling you that for a reason, man. But no, I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work. Well, are you working? Are you working to get up out of that motherfucker? Are you working for a pension? You know what I'm saying? Are you working, for benefits later? You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't 20 no more. You ain't 20 no more. You're 36. You know what I'm saying? Do you got life insurance? Do you got life insurance with living benefits? You know what I'm saying? If you die today and then you got kids or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Do you got any type of burial? Burial expenses. Is it gonna make things worse for your family and stuff like that? And I'm talking for the people that got kids, wife, things of that nature or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You really got to start thinking it like that. What do you have? What are you leaving for them? You leaving a trust. You leaving some land. You know what I'm saying? You leaving them some money. You leaving something in their name. Are you leaving your family something? You know what I'm saying? Even some of them that don't even give a fuck about you. And that's what Trump was on and stuff. And you also got to realize this: as much as they were talking shit about, the pandemic and everything, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead and get jabbed up and all that other stuff, right? Stay at home and all this other shit. There were a lot of people. No, we need to get to work. But what what was happening during that time, right? Crime was going up. Homicide was going up. Divorce rates were going up. Diseases was going up. You know what I'm saying? People found out that they couldn't, that man, I thought we together 10 years, but I can't be in his house with you 10 minutes. Get Trump out of office. Get him out of there. I don't want him. Well, guess what? Biden got up in that motherfucker. It's like, get him out of there. I don't want it. Wait a minute. Now you want Trump? So which one is it? Matter of fact, you should have motivated your ass either, right? You know what I'm saying? I'd have been like, you know what? If Trump could be goddamn president or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my goddamn cabinet. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and run. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have Brown Sugar as my vice president. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have Ted. He going to be a part of the, my whole, everybody going to be a part of my campaign. And then we gonna run and we gonna bum rush that motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? No political experience whatsoever. I just got life experience. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I get up in there, man. I have Cypress up in there. You know what I'm saying? Cypress gonna be the head of my security. You know what I'm saying? Secret Service. Now, I do got to give a shout out to. I saw somebody talking about it or whatever, but that was a good point. Is he gonna have it? Is the Secret Service gonna be with him if he does go to jail? Now, if he goes to jail, That's gonna make things really, really work because there's people that are saying that he's still gonna vote for him. Yeah, I need to go back and look at this series of Scandal. Yeah, so I mean, um, everybody's cheering. There's a lot of people cheering about him being guilty and all this other stuff, but uh, the way that the country's going, man, the country's failing anyways. I mean, look at what's going on. All the money that's really being spent. That's what they want you to do, so that people can struggle or whatever. And I'm talking about people that's on payroll and people that actually work. You know what I'm saying? There are people that got to get up and work and go to a job and stuff like that. This ain't no knock to the people that sit at home and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had the luxury of sitting at the crib, chilling all day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sitting back, being able to point the finger and all that other stuff. But unfortunately, it don't work like that. But I'm working towards something. You know what I'm saying? Um, but at the end of the day, we had to understand that Trump was actually trying to do a lot of things. Now, the immigrant situation, him putting up a wall or something like that, people wasn't onto it at first, but now you see a lot of people are fed up because they're bringing in somebody. It's becoming like if you're not willing to work or something like that, or you got something going on, family issues or whatever like that, it's only so many times that they're gonna let you call in or let you say, hey, I got this going on or something like that. They're gonna find that other person who doesn't really probably speak that much English or whatever, and they're gonna replace your ass in a heartbeat. Or better yet, now it's becoming where, well, fuck a human. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get a robot. I'm gonna get a robotic brown sugar, and she'll do it 150 times better and faster than what she does. I'm gonna get a robotic, straight to the point, because I know that motherfucker ain't never gonna call in. Yeah, all you gotta do is flip that motherfucker on and operate that motherfucker, and it's gonna keep going and going and going, like the Energizer goddamn bunny. I'm gonna get a robotic Ted or whatever because I ain't gotta worry about that motherfucker being late. He gonna be there earlier than everybody else or whatever. All I gotta do is flip that motherfucker on. AI, they making your hamburgers. AI, they driving your car. AI, they doing this. AI, they doing that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much taking everything. And then it's like, damn, I can't find a job. You got these people, man, are out here at these stores in nice neighborhoods. Yesterday, I went to a nice neighborhood, man. This dude was, hey, man, book bag on the ground, stuff like that, loitering or whatever, asking me for some money. I said, say no more. I just gave him $1 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, what he does with that shit, that's on him. Yeah, robotic, man. I get a robotic Stephen Brown, Stephen Green, because I ain't got to worry about him. Oh, damn, is he gonna show up today? No, you ain't got to worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, flip on that goddamn robot. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be there. He gonna be accounted for, and that's what they want. And you know who did that? That was the Asians that came up in here, because the thing about it is there was a movie on Netflix, and they talked about that. In these warehouses and stuff like that, you see it more and more. If you go to a McDonald's now, they don't want to take your order. They don't want to take your goddamn order. None of these fast food places, they don't want to take none of your order. They want you to go to the kiosk, or they want you to type that motherfucker in, or they want you to call that motherfucker in and have somebody come over there at DoorDash or Uber Eats or something like that. And that ain't even getting better, because now they robbing them too. They killing Lyft drivers and Uber drivers and Uber Eats and DoorDash and all these motherfuckers and shit like that. That's why a lot of them DoorDash motherfuckers, they don't even want to go to the hood no more. They don't want to deliver there. You think a a badass female, you know what I'm saying? Let's say me and Cypress, we running the trap and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? We ordering a whole bunch of food. What you think you think they gonna come over there? Nah. They be like, well, I don't think I want to go over there. It's this and that. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they gonna end up getting robbed. About